everybody, this is Diana from So Very Crafty, and we are here today to make this terrific little divided tray that you can put all kinds of stuff in. You can put wonder clips, thread, anything that you want into these little compartments on this divided tray. This is a super simple beginner sewing project that anybody can make using your basic sewing skills. It is just that easy. I'm going to show you step by step, as usual, how to make this simple little project, and it is a fun one. Now, lately, I have been doing a lot of Dollar Tree crafts over on the blog. So if you like Dollar Tree DIY like I do, head over to the blog and check out some of my projects over there, because they're fun to do also. They're not sewing projects, but they're a lot of fun and inexpensive little craft projects that anyone can do. Now, as far as this project goes, this is, again, a super simple project. All you need for this project is 2 pieces of outer fabric, 2 pieces of lining fabric, and 2 pieces of fusible fleece, all of which measure 10 inches by 10 inches, and some thread and a sewing machine. And that's all you need for this project. I hope you enjoy this project today, and if you do, as usual, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, ding that bell for notifications so that you are notified every time a new video from So Very Crafty comes out. And if you want more sewing and crafting tutorials, like I said, like Dollar Tree crafts, or more complex sewing projects, head over to the blog at www.soverycrafty.com. Now for this project, let's get started and see what we need to do. The first thing we need to do is cut out 10 by 10 inch squares, 2 outer squares of outer fabric, 2 lining fabrics, and some fusible fleece that measures 10 inches by 10 inches. The next thing you're going to do is you are going to cut your fusible fleece into a 9-inch circle. And you can just use a 9-inch plate for this, or if you have a big compass like I do, you can use a compass for that. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to fuse our fleece, 1 to the lining piece onto the wrong side, and 1 to the wrong side of our outer piece. And we're just going to place this in the center, turn it upside down, and get our hot iron. Fortunately, I have a cordless iron and a little surface here that I can fuse my interfacing on. And we're just going to take care of that real quick. You're really supposed to press this fusible fleece, but I find that you can iron it just as easily. It's not like some of the other interfacings that you use. Ironing it works just fine. Now, once you've taken care of fusing your fleece, you are going to take your outer pieces of fabric and you are going to place them right sides together. You are going to take your lining pieces of fabric and you're going to place those right sides together. And you want the interfacing side to be facing up. You're going to head over to the sewing machine and you're going to stitch all the way around this circle on both of these pieces. And that's all you need to do for this step. So let's head over to the sewing machine. We're just going to stitch all the way around these circles. We are going to leave an opening on both of these so that we can turn them right sides out. So let's head to the sewing machine and let's just stitch right around the circle and come back. Okay, so now we have stitched all the way around our circle. We're going to take some scissors and we are going to trim off all of this excess and just leaving the circle. But we don't want to trim off too much of the area where we left our opening. And I've left my opening here because it'll be difficult to turn under when we top stitch this. So let's just leave about 1/4 of an inch seam allowance all the way around our circle. And as you can see, I've left a little bit extra here. And I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. So I find my opening, it's right here, and we're going to start to trim. Now we're going to turn these circles right sides out. I probably should have made my opening a little bigger. I always do that. Now that I have these turned right sides out, I'm just going to give them a good press, making sure that I press under these raw edges where I've left the opening for turning. So let's get our cut and press and our iron. And let's take care of that. And you can see that we can just turn that right under and finish off our circle. Now we're just going to head back over to the sewing machine and we are going to top stitch about 1/8 of an inch seam allowance all the way around these circles so that we can give it a little more professional look, and so that we can enclose this opening that we have left in our circles. So I'm going to go do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have top stitched my 2 circles and my openings are closed. Now we need to figure out which is going to be our outer and which is going to be our inner. And I think I like this for my inner, so we need to prepare this. Okay, now that I've decided that I'm going to use this as my inner circle, I'm going to fold it in half and then fold it in half again. And I'm going to mark the center using an erasable pen, which I have done here. So I have the center of my circle right there. Now we're going to fold this in half so that it's right through the center. And mark the ends here and here. And so we have a center mark and 2 halfway points. Now, starting at the folded side, measure 4.6 inches, or about 4 1/8 inch. I'm sorry, 4 5/8 inch, and just make a mark. And do the same thing on the other side. Now we're going to flip it over, and we're going to mark again 4 5/8 here from this center point, and again from this center point. And so on this project, you should now have 6 marks going all the way around your circle. Now that you've made your marks, you're going to take a ruler and you are going to measure from each mark 2 inches and draw a line. Again, make sure that you have some kind of erasable pen, whether it's a Friction or a Mark Be Gone, whatever it is that you choose to have. And just make sure that these are going towards the center, and you have your center mark on here, 2 inches. And so you know whether or not you're heading towards the center or not. There it is. Now you have your marks. These marks are going to be ultimately the compartments. So we're going to place these 2 pieces on top of each other. And then we're going to head over to the sewing machine, and we're just going to stitch along these 2-inch lines. And that's it. and we're going to come back and we're going to finish up this project. Okay, now we have our two pieces stitched together, and now we need to start to make the compartments to our compartment tray. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to take out our erasable pen once again, and we are going to measure 1 inch on either side of our stitched lines. Once we've done that, we are going to take either side of we've just marked our 1 inch lines, and we're going to pinch our outer fabric together, and we're just going to clip it with a Wonder Clip. Now you could use a pin if you want, but the Wonder Clips really come in handy for this. And if you don't have any, I'll put a link in the description section of the video on where you can get them. They're really inexpensive, and they're a nice little tool to have around. And as you can see, our little divided tray is taking shape as we go around and place our Wonder Clips on those 1 inch marks. Now that we have completed this part of our tray, we need to take a needle and thread, and we are just going to tack each of these compartments together. And you're going to want to use a matching thread for this. And you can see how nicely that stays in place. And as you can see, I've made this tack about 1 inch into from the end of my outer fabric towards the center to give my pockets a little definition. So that's all there is to this project today. I'm not going to finish up these this tacking because you don't need to see the rest of this, but suffice it to say, it comes out like this. This one's kind of been smushed down with stuff that I've had in it. You can have one that's a little more defined. It's completely up to you. Now I have two once I finish this one. But that's all there is to this project today. It is a super simple one. There's a little bit of measuring. But it's not too bad. just make sure that you have a nice heat erasable pen or a Mark Be Gone, something of that nature, whether it's heat erasable, water erasable, air erasable, whatever it is, because you're going to want to mark this up as you go along. But that's it. That's all there is to this super simple divided tray project. That's perfect for the sewing room or for just about anything, especially school supplies for your child. Just about anything can go into this divided tray. I use it for sewing supplies, but you could use it for anything. I hope you enjoyed this project today. That's all there is. And if you did enjoy it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, ding that bell for notifications, and head over to the blog at www.sewverycrafty.com and get more sewing and crafting tutorials that you don't see here on the YouTube channel. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.